Hello everyone and welcome to ACF2 Championship hosted by Emilia-Romagna and Norberjui. Today is round 4 of the 2024 season around Imola. Today we got the quoted now. We have the 2024 Miniature Motorworld Gran Premio di Emilia-Romagna. We are in the practice session right now as we see Dan Johnson and a few other drivers driving out on track, practicing this track already, as here in Italy, Imola not being a track to get a hang of. So we're gonna see just how each driver handles this track and just all together handles these fast sweeping corners and the different tire strategies today. Today we have a special rule around Imola where for the race you only have to drive one set of tires, so no mandatory pit stop. That's gonna be interesting to see what strategies the drivers will come up with. As you just seen Ethan Miles come out of Acqua Minerale, I believe the most difficult corner on this track. You gotta really take that that fast sweeping right-hander, the double right-hander, correctly, or else you'll fly onto the up on that curb. As I myself in the 2023 season around this track have taken a curb in lap 1 a bit too aggressively and saw the wall myself. As we see here, I believe that's Maddie right next to Ethan Miles. Start finish straight being a really long start finish straight. Where DRS, we've got a few new DRS zones. I believe sector 1, obviously the start finish straight being one. And you gotta see where else the different DRS zones are for these drivers to just take on and get that straight lane speed. But as I believe in the final sector before the penultimate corner is the second DS zone, where in real life there's only one DS zone. As practice is only 10 minutes long, we're only 5 minutes in. The day stream has started a bit later, and we're gonna have, I believe, also a 10-minute qualifying session or a 50-minute qualifying session, and then a 21 lap race. I'm sorry for my commentary to be a bit weirder than usual. I'm a bit sick, so I will take a few more breaks while talking and let the cars scream and do their own thing. While we're still in practice, let me run you down the current standings after race 3 of the 2024 season. We have Liam Shepard, who is driving today again here on Imola, up in P1, up in the constructors list, 30 points. And in P2 we have Jeremy Good with 26 points, trailing by 4 points. He spins round, I believe that's turn 3 and 4. No, not turn 3 and 4, turn 6. That's right-hander, really fast. Don't take too much. Something we're gonna watch out for. Up in P3 we have Luca Casale, who today won't be joining us. I have had a word with him in private. He cannot, has other more important things to do, sadly, so he will miss out on a few points. Here's him being 10 points behind Liam Shepard, but with 20 points. Rick Saus, a driver who only appeared in 2 races this season, will not join us today, is up in P4 with 17 points in Köln Motorsports. And Viggo Kettler, race 1 winner around notorious, I believe we had for race 1 Tunisia, where he won it from pole position with a penalty which got removed. So him being up in P5 in the standings today, being very important to gain a few points. And Power Vine up in P6 with 15 points. Peter Jones, who right now is not in the session right now, I believe he will still join us today, up in P7, also with 15 points. And Jack Rowell, whose first appearance in ACF2 altogether in Saudi Arabia, is up in P8. Dan Johnson, a fan favorite today, saying he's prepared to go for the race win. He has to practice. Up in P9 with 12 points. So we're gonna see where Dan Johnson comes out of today with the points, with a few unlucky races getting mostly taken out of turn 1 and lap 1. And Mehdi Mudge, right now our first place in practice with a 127.5, up in P10 with 10 points. Stefan Wimmer, I believe, not joining us today, in P11 with 5 points. Pascal Vijoin, only appearing in 1 race for the entire season, being P12 with 2 points. And someone I gotta name, Ethan Mills. Someone we've seen race in every session, just having the worst luck in Saudi Arabia, having the pace to go for the first place, having the pace to go for the race win, not being able to put it together, and just having notorious luck this season, getting taken out in basically every race, or just in Saudi Arabia spinning it out and getting beached on the curb and spinning it into the... So he... a driver we gotta watch out for, a really fast driver among the grid today, with 0 points across the board. I will run you down through last race results to see where the pace just is between all these drivers. The pace is in Melbourne last race. We had Rick Saus, a one-off appearance from him, winning the race with the Köln Motorsport F2 car. And Jeremy Good getting P2 right behind him. Liam Shepard with a 5-second time penalty he got in that race. He will finish second. Got demoted down to P3. And Peter Jones, who is still not with us, getting 4th that race. Luca Casale with a pretty unlucky race, finished P5. And Dan Johnson finishing P6. Still with a midfield group there. Ooh, that's not a... That's corner 15, turn 15, where you spin out. Don't much curb on the outside. That's the AstroTurf, is the most slippery around of the whole season. And the last of the finishing driver around Melbourne was Pascal Vijoin, who today is not with us. as I said before, today's race around Imola here will have a special rule implemented, which will be also implemented in this season in Imola, where you only have to drive with one compound, so no mandatory tire. In Canos, round, I believe that Canos being round 7 of 2024 ACF2 championship. Then we have Miami round, Miami being round 13 of our 16 round season. And we're gonna have in Lusail around Qatar, second to last race of the season, round 15, with this special rule. I will also say it while those races happen, so you as a viewer will not forget it, and we'll stay up to date with our race, with our current rule set. And now that practice is over, let me tell you one more thing. Let me tell you to the viewer, this being an open league, just click the link in the description. You will get redirected to the Norbejui 64 channel. Obviously the host of the ACF2 championship, and from there you can join the Discord and join this championship yourself if you think you got what it takes. ACF2 and the ARL Racing League, Assetto Hosting Racing League, looking for a few more members, so feel free if you're new to the channel and seeing this for the first time. We have some live commentary made by yours truly. Also for German commentary on Norbejui's own channel. There's the English commentary made by me on the ARL YouTube channel right here. And we also have different racing leagues ranging from ACF1, which is Formula 1, to ACF2, all the way to ACA IndyCar, Endurance, and touring cars. So if you think you got what it takes in any of those categories, feel free to join the server this league being open for anyone. Just click the link in the description, and from there on won't be difficult to get to this server. I believe we will also have a few interviews today as end of practice. Some people we're gonna see, I believe we're gonna have Dan Johnson joining us, Ethan Mills joining us, Big O Kettler, someone who we haven't seen a lot this season, and Liam Shepard. I will jump to them, tell him right now. Interviews open now.
Okay.
Let them for a second. So we're gonna see who's gonna join us for first interview. So let me run down through the practice order. Medi getting their P1 by more than half a second with a 1:27.5, and Alvine getting second by half a second down. Peter Jones, I believe, actually being faster than I've seen them yet, with only 3/10, and Jeremy Good being 7/10. Let me join now to the interviewee. Hello, hello. So we got two interviewers here, Viggo Kettler and Dan Johnson. Who wants to start?
I'll let Dan first.
Right, Dan Johnson, I've spoken about you already. You said that you're ready to go for today's race win. There not being a lot of drivers, only 8 cars on the grid. How comfortable and confident you feel for today's race?
After actually driving the car, not at all. I think I'm gonna die.
This being a really difficult track, isn't it? With all the high curbs and all the AstroTurf around Aqua Minerale, for example. I've seen cars that are going off already, and the notorious chicane afterwards. But if you just take too much curb around turn 14 and 15, fly off. What do you say in today's strategy? You're gonna look to go maybe for the only one medium tire or the hard tire?
Well, you have to just run one hard tire for this race, so I'm just going to try and avoid incidents and stay out as long as I can. I think it's more going to be a race of consistency than maybe pure pace today, if you can get away with doing no pit stops.
Alright, so Dan Johnson here, with you in the championship are quite down, so any point counting for you. I hope you're getting a good result today around here in Imola. And who else wants to know? Jump in.
Thank you.
Have Vigo, Ethan, and Liam join. Wants to the next interview?
I can jump in.
Hey, Ethan Mills. I've talked about you have 0 points in the championship, here now in round 4. But we saw in a lot of races where in Saudi Arabia, for example, that your pace is there for the win. Just your luck is just not on your side. Do you think today here in Imola, you'll get your first points or maybe even your first win of the season?
I mean, it's a tough job not to score points this weekend, is all I'm going to say. It is going to be a tough job not to score points, but knowing where my consistency and my skill level is for this weekend, I may actually struggle to score points in an 8-car grid. Where the top 10 drivers score points.
If you think you have trouble scoring points, the rule counting for the 75% rule, if you finish 75% of the race and then retire, points will be counted for. So if you're gonna retire, you're gonna look for after the 75% mark of this race, which will be around lap 18.
Lap 18. Okay, I'll make sure to crash on lap 17 then.
Knowing you, Ethan Mills, it will be quite spectacular to see from you. Any concerns for lap 1, turn 1? As we know, it's a long run towards that corner. Are you scared for maybe a few drivers going overly over the limit into turn 1?
Was that to me or was that to Liam? Oh, it's always a fear, but I think looking at how lots of race starts go, it's more me trying not to go over the limit on race starts, because I usually do try and be the latest of the late breakers to gain the most. But yeah, I try and brake a little early, but obviously I brake reacting to everyone else instead of reacting to a braking point. So I'm always 10 or so meters later than everyone, which isn't always good.
Now qualifying gonna be 50 minutes. Where do you expect yourself to be around 8-car session? Leave your pace to be around and tell us a lap time.
I haven't got a lap time. The best I've done is a 29, but I'm probably looking at like P11 or P12. Yeah.
Oh, behind our safety car.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think a safety car could probably lap faster than me in this track.
Right, the confidence showing in our drivers today, with Dan saying he's gonna bin it, and now Ethan slower than the safety car. I hope, thank you so much, Ethan. I hope Liam has something better for us in store as well here in the commentary for the interview. So, Liam, I see your P6 right now. Is that your current pace, or could you not put a lap together?
So more of a couldn't put the lap together. So in terms of laps, I'm on pace with most people. Just don't know whether they were using DRS or not. I think I've sorted out my tire pressure issues, but for the hard tire, there's no grip. There is absolutely none. So it is going to be more of a race of consistency rather than peak pace. Is it fucking thunderstorming?
Yeah, I just heard that as well. I believe the server settings being rain, us not having soul, so it's just gonna be a dry thunder session. Okay, that's gonna be an issue there. So we already have a few drivers going out of the pit with different compounds. Vigo going out of the hards. So qualifying session, I believe everyone is gonna be on the mediums, as you just heard. That's the faster tire here.
Well, so for qualification, it's going to be mediums only, and then for the race, it's going to be hards only. So that's the rules for this weekend. I really hope we don't get disqualified.
As I believe they are in the call with you in your channel, so if you tell them promptly that what they're doing is and not upon the rule set.
Unless has he left the pit?
Unless the pits. With qualifying, you don't really do that. Thunder is going on Imola here.
Oh, he's actually out on track. Yeah, that's actually.
He is driving.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Liam, and I hope you have a fantastic race today.
Yeah.
Right, so that was our interviewees. I believe we won't have more, as now the drivers are all out on track. I hope Viggo fixes issues as soon enough as being out on the mediums, only allowed in qualifying. And he's gonna start a lap now on the hard tire. Someone has to tell him promptly that that's wrong. If our first driver who started the lap is Paulwein, so let's have an onboard with him. Going now up the hill already. I've missed half the lap with him. Being up the hill already. Round turn 9, quick left-hander. That's track limit, so his lap is going to be invalidated. Follow Maddie now. Turn 9, 10. Now Aquamila, turn 11, 12 and 13, really difficult to get the nail off. You see just Maddie how careful he goes around it, does not spin it around. I believe this being his best strategy for the races, not for pace, but just the consistency. As now turn 14 and 15, being really careful that he not go over the limit and over the track limits as I don't want to do. Now down to turn 16 here, being this second DRS and off the track. And now turn 17, a left-hander. Don't go too wide as you don't want to go over the track limits. And now the penalty, the final corner, turn 18. If you don't count this little kink right-hander here, that's the final corner. And that's lap is from Medi, a 1:27.5. And Paulwein's lap actually did count and was a 1:27.9. As I believe Dan Johnson will be the next one to cross the line. DRS wide open now. Going across the line here at the end of the straight, 1:30.3. I believe the pace here being on the 1:27s, but a few drivers not being confident enough to go with that for that pace. So for the pace and qualifying for the midfield, I believe we're going to be CFU 1:29. If Ethan Mills will be the next one to cross the line. We heard that he will be the slowest of everyone, going third fastest with 1:29.5. And Lauren Zolka being the next one to cross the line. It's, but has spun it around turn 15. The locking the fronts there, and also the rear side of the car. Just the rear wanting to snap up to the front of the car. Now around the final corner, turn 18. Around the final straight, the air is wide open. Let's see Lauren Zoka's lap time. 1:29.8. Now Liam Shepard, we know that he spun, so his lap will probably not be the best of it all and not counted at all. Viggo Kettler finally going out on the correct tires. That's a thunderstorm. Don't be scared, as we it's just a later. That's very loud. I believe the hardest rain is around the hairpin of turn 7. That's when the camera switches to there. We hear the rain. So, Lauren Zorka spun it. That's up the hill from turn, as I said, from turn 7. That happened. We see the tire marks on the floor there, and now going up to turn 8 and 9. That lap will be a no-go, as Medi still on par with his fastest lap time, as turn 7 just being the most difficult corner of this track, being an uphill left-hander, acceleration point being up the hill. So you're just gonna see just how the drivers handle that corner. As Medi is not even a 10th under his fastest lap. Let's see if for sector 2 being at the end of Aqua Minerale here in this small straight. Let's see where this middle sector was. And his middle sector being, he has lost a second there, so his lap time will not be on pace on his quali. As Paul Ryan is improving on his lap, gotta see just how he takes these corners, only being 1/10 slower right now. Gotta see this, how fast he goes across. He just cuts every bit of track he can. I believe that's still inside of track limits. As he goes 1:27.5, fastest third sector of everyone today, but doesn't get that net pole position. As obviously we can't still look for for the fastest laps yet. There's 8 minutes in the session. There's enough time for improvement. I believe Maddie being right now up 2/10 for fastest sector run, fastest sector 1 around Imola, and now going out up to P8 and 9. P8 being the side right-hander. He just went through, and now turn 9, quick left-hander, not going over the track limits, still being around 2/10 up on his pace. 1/10, I'm sorry, up on his pace. So we might see a new fastest lap from Medi here. 57.7 sector 2. 2/10 now, half a second faster. These times at the bottom are add up each, so he's 4/10 up on his fastest right now, but has lost, I believe. No, as Viggo Kettler goes pole position with a 127.4, but we gotta look out for Medi here. He is still 4/10 or 5/10 up on his fastest lap. 6/10 him gaining a lot of time in the final corner. Going across the line. Is it gonna be? Gonna beat the 127.4 as he beats it by 127.1, 3/10. Great lap by Medi. Fastest overall. As Dan Johnson is also up on his pace, 4/10. Looking maybe to get Lauren Zorka for P5. This midfield battle here also probably going to be a hella interesting fight, as you just see who has put the most practice on this track and who handles these tremendous conditions the best. As right as the thunderstorm happens, Dan messes up turn 14 and 15, locking up the fronts there. Now Diaz wide open into turn 17. Not losing the car at all, but front locking there, front left, and now turn 18. Trying to keep as much momentum there as he can from turn 17, and I believe Dan, not being much up on this time, can get maybe a bit of an improvement as he doesn't get an improvement. 130.3. And qualifying now, to see the drivers, the different mentalities, as I believe Medi is again on a flyer, going around the final corner, being 2/10 faster in sector 2, losing out a bit on sector 1, as he is 1/10 up on his pace. Is it gonna be a bet? He goes under the 126.9. Under the 126, the first driver today to go under the 126, under the 127. As Viggo Kettler came close, but spins around turn 7. As the two Wazoo cars, I believe my favorite livery of this. I just gotta say, the green and white just fits really perfect. I'm a sucker of old Formula 1 liveries, as this is inspired by the Jaguar 2000s. And we're gonna see Liam Shepherd right now getting in P2. I missed that while we're looking at Viggo. 127.108 on that medium tire. So we're gonna see if he gets it, as he's right now a bit under his fastest lap, as obviously sector 1, as now he goes getting that time gain on turn 6. Corner where you really gotta go as fast as possible, being now 1/10 up. If he completes this lap, he might be on for pole position here around Imola. We're just gonna see just how confident he goes around Macromill. There's so much speed through there. These F2 cars obviously being like more of a downgrade from the F1 cars, but still a hell lot of downforce. And just see this Lamborghini car of Liam Shepherd bagging its way across all the curbs, bit over the grip as he loses the rear a bit out of turn 15, as he loses 2/10 around that, but he's still, for me it says he's still 2/10 up on his time. He lost it now around the final corner, so that will probably not be an improvement on his side. He crossed the line, he goes now, and he doesn't improve sadly, and goes 2/10 slower. As Paul Vine being a bit faster on his lap, going to front the final corner, everyone taking as much track as possible. The white line, I believe, not taking the track limit, says he goes full fastest, 127.3. just 4 tenths behind as Liam Shepherd spins it round. Turn, I believe that's turn 5 and 6 he spun it. Oh, turn 2 this way. Look at the leaderboards right now. Even Miles is on a faster lap. Oh no, he spins it and he goes into the wall. Around turn 9. Taking too much outside curb and having lost it. Losing it fully. Is the car fine? Can he bring it back on track and for another lap? There's no back to the pits. I guess it's qualified. I believe he's not actually wanting to go back on track. Rolling it on that sand trap there, letting all the cars by. Qualifying session right now, being very close between the first 3 cars. As that's Liam Shepherd round Aqua Minerali, turn 13. That sausage curve we see down there just being very deadly. If you hit it, your car just gets too unstabilized and it jumps away. As Dan Johnson, still very fast, a driver who now starts, I believe, a third lap. No, goes out on track now. Oh, we gotta just check on him. Check the times right now, not looking up for everyone. As Paul Vine is right now quite a bit faster than its usual times, but not getting that position gain that he's looking for as he now starts his lap. I'm looking at his sector times, using about 10 tenths around turn 1, 2, and 3. Sector 1 ending here. Let's see, goes 4 tenths slower, or with a watt of 24.9 sector time. And while Medi goes for a 24.6 sector time, being only 3 tenths faster, and not being fast on his fastest lap though. He's on pace with his fastest lap right now. We're gonna see in this final minute of qualifying where the cars get together, come closer by the timing. So just gonna see the drivers what they can bring now that the pressure is getting up there. The final minute of qualifying. Not every driver being able to be able to start the laps. A few drivers, for example, Dan having started his lap, just being his final lap, so he's gonna have to bring it together if he wants to have a good result. As he said he's confident for the win. His times do not show that, but I believe he just isn't able to bring that lap time together that he wants. As Jeremy Good is going went a bit faster in this final lap, going for 127.5. He has another lap to put together. We're gonna things here today for us. As Dan Johnson goes green around sector 1, only being half a second off. And oh no, he spins and he crashes it into Liam Shepherd, deboning him fully. So that's going to be an end of a session for them as Ethan Mills spins it as well. I believe this here being up turn 15, losing the rear there. So that's going to be an end of his session as well. As Medi going faster again on this final lap. 1/10, 800ths faster. Can he bring it to her through Aqua Minerali here being now the second sector, end of sector? Let's see where this brings him. A 33 point as he loses out as he goes sideways through turn 15 and losing all his time. Going also slower in sector 2, 2 times around 2.5 times slower, so this lap will be nothing from him, but right now still safe in net pole position. Provisional pole position as Vigo is just 2 times slower right now in this lap. If he can bring it together, I believe that's track limits as he slows down, so Vigo Kettler not gonna improve. And Paul Vine, I believe, also finishing the lap. As this is gonna be a race started now. Betty's first ever pole position around ACF2. Real good from him. He must be proud of that one, being the only driver to bring it under the 127th, showing that what practice really can do. This where you come out to the other drivers. And that's nice to see that that the grid just shuffles around each race and Medi getting pole position. So let me run you down through the qualification order for the race, and then we'll have a 5-minute wait before the race starts. So, up in pole position we have Medi Mudge, our French driver in the Force Ninja car. Second, we have Liam Shepard, just following with a 1.5 10th gap behind Medi with a 127.1. Then we have Viggo Kettler with a 127.12, just trailing Liam by 100th. And then up in P4 we have Paul Vine with a 127.2, and up in P5 we have Jeremy Gut 127.5. Ethan Mills going up in P6, not really being up on pace there, being 2 seconds slower with a 129.0, and Lauren Zoka P7 with a 129.8. And last place, which really saddens my heart, is Dan did say he has the pace that he thinks that he is so proud of with a 130.3. So we're gonna see in the race just how they can turn the race around, and where they can bring it around this notorious sector 1, lap 1, turn 1, obviously. So we have now gonna have a 5-minute wait before the race start. The race being 21 laps long. Gonna see how the drivers just handle all that pressure, and I'm also interested to see how turn 1 will result, as here in ACF2 we are not shy of turn 1 lap 1 incident. So I will be back in 5 minutes. Obviously, before I go, I'm gonna reiterate that this is an open server, open for anyone. If you want to join, the link in the description will send you to, I believe, Norbejui's YouTube channel, and from then just follow the links to this Discord. This is the AIL Championship, as a YouTube channel already says. Open for anyone. There are differently categories under AIL. We have Formula 1. You're gonna have to qualify for that for starting 2024. If you are fast enough in F2, you can qualify for F1. We have IndyCar. If you're fast in IndyCar, you can qualify for F1. Then we have, outside of open wheel racing, we have the Endurance Championship with the LMDHs and GT3s, and we have the ACTM, the Touring Master cars, which I believe are the 2022 touring cars of the 2022 season. I repeated myself there twice. Now with a 3-minute wait, I will see you soon.